on the News Channel 5 network. This is Sportsline.
Good evening, Nashville. Welcome to Sportsline right here on News Channel 5 Plus. I'm John Burton with you for the next hour. Your phone calls always welcome, 737-7767. That is, of course, in the 615 area code. Love to hear from you tonight. Plenty of good stuff going on right now. Of course, the NASCAR boys are in town for the annual awards banquet, which will be held tomorrow at the Music City Center. They've been in town all week for what they're calling Nashville Champions Week. Tonight, of course, the Broadway by the Hard Rock Cafe roped off so that the drivers could come in their cars and do their burnouts and thrilling the crowd tonight as well. We'll show you some of that tonight over on News Channel 5 at 10:22 for sports. So we look forward to that. And, of course, the big red carpet event tomorrow evening. And then, of course, the awards banquet gets underway tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock. Should be a fun night for all the NASCAR fans. Good to have the NASCAR year-end awards dinner and presentation here in Music City, and just another major sporting event coming to Nashville as we've gotten used to over the past 4 or 5 years or so. So the burnout's going on right now. They should be wrapping up. Again, that's out on Broadway in downtown Nashville, right in front of the Hard Rock Cafe. So a big night for the NASCAR fans as well. Some news and notes. College football, Juwan Jennings, the Tennessee wide receiver, will be suspended for the first half of the Vols' upcoming bowl game. This after getting into an altercation on the sidelines during last Saturday's game against Vanderbilt, where his cleat made contact with a helmetless Commodore player. So the SEC taking matters into its own hands. Juwan Jennings will be suspended for the first half of the Vols' upcoming bowl game. And, of course, we'll find out which bowl the Vols are going to at 7-5 and who their opponent will be on Sunday when all the bowl pairings come out. And, of course, the college football playoff pairings will be finalized. Of course, a lot of that is pending what happens over the weekend with the conference championship games. Don't forget LSU versus Georgia, SEC championship game over on News Channel 5 Saturday. Kickoff set for just after 3 o'clock, so you can catch that. Of course, ACC championship game will be Saturday as well as Clemson takes on Virginia. And this is where we find out which 4 teams, by the end of the weekend, we will find out which 4 teams will be participating in the college football playoff. And we certainly look forward to that. A lot of speculation as to who the 4th team will be. Of course, right now, it is Georgia, along with Ohio State, Clemson, and LSU. Everybody wondering who that 4th team will be. Georgia will most likely need to upset LSU in the SEC championship game in order to get a spot. If they lose, they are most likely out. And then a team, possibly Utah, possibly Oklahoma, could slide in. So we will wait and find out what happens. But once again, Juwan Jennings suspended. He will be suspended for the first half of whichever bowl game the Vols are in, regardless of where it is and who they play. And again, we'll find that out on Sunday. News from around the NFL. Eli Manning looks like he's set to make another start for the New York Giants. The rookie quarterback Daniel Jones, who started the last 10 weeks, appears out for Monday night's game at Philadelphia with an ankle injury. A bit of a high ankle sprain, not as severe as the one that shut down Saquon Barkley for 4 weeks, but it is not likely Jones will be able to play Monday night against the Eagles in Philly. So Eli Manning, the 38-year-old, soon to be 39-year-old veteran quarterback, 2-time Super Bowl champion, of course, taking a back seat this year as they get Daniel Jones ready. This will likely be his last year, if not in the NFL, certainly with the New York Giants. His contract is up. All indications are he will not be back or not be renewed. So this is an opportunity for Eli Manning to really audition himself for other teams if he feels like he wants to play next year, or just give Giants fans one last chance to see him perform under center. So Eli Manning most likely to get the start for the Giants in Philadelphia Monday night. Of course, the big news around here, NFL-wise, is the Titans, the red-hot Titans, 5-1 since Ryan Tannehill took over as starting quarterback. They will be in Oakland on Sunday to face the Raiders. That is a 3:25 kickoff, and you can see that game over on NewsChannel 5 in spectacular high definition. And another huge game for the two-tone blue, who have been on a bit of a hot streak lately. And it's hard to say. It's difficult not to say that Ryan Tannehill becoming the starting quarterback has not sparked this recent stretch of good play for the Tennessee Titans. A huge win last Sunday, of course, in Indianapolis, beating the Colts, a place where they usually don't play well. Well, now they got to go back to an area of the country where they normally don't play well, and that's the West Coast. And they'll be facing a 6-6 Raider team that is still in the hunt for the playoffs. And the second to last game at the Oakland Alameda Coliseum before the Raiders move on to Las Vegas. So a huge game for the two-tone blue. Bottom of the hour, we're going to talk Titans and Preds with our buddy John Glennon from the Athletic Nashville. Get his thoughts on the Titans this week against the Raiders and what went on last night with the Predators as they lose in overtime 3-2 to the Tampa Bay Lightning. Who did we say is on line one, Taylor? Let's go to Mike on line one. He's our first caller of the night. Mike, you're on the air. What's up?
Okay, thank you. Just like to make a statement and then ask a question, if it's all right.
Go right ahead.
All right. The thing that really strikes me as a Titans fan is the fact that we've got these unknown pass receivers for the Titans that are stepping up in critical situations. We know about the running game, but these gentlemen who are literally anchoring the receiving corps, I think the fans would really be honored if you could take just a minute and tell us a little bit more about these guys, because
what do you want to know? You talking about the wide receivers? You talking about the wide receivers?
Wide receivers.
All right, let's go over them. You got Corey Davis, who was the number 5 overall pick in the NFL draft a few years ago. Has not had the consistency befitting a 5th overall draft selection, but he has made a couple of plays this year. The consistency has not been there, but he seems to be producing a little bit better now that Ryan Tannehill is the quarterback. A.J. Brown, their 2nd draft pick this year out of Ole Miss, a big, tall, fast wide receiver who's starting to make plays. He certainly has stepped up. The guy that I really want to see get more targets and get more receptions is Adam Humphries, the slot receiver that they picked up from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He had 76 catches last year with the Bucs. Has not been targeted a whole lot. Did catch a touchdown pass in the big win over Indy. And, of course, Tajay Sharp, their middle-round draft pick from a few years ago, a guy who's a good possession receiver, not a game breaker, doesn't have game-breaking speed, but he's a good route runner. And he's made a few plays here and there. The main target, of course, has always been Delaney Walker, the tight end. Of course, he's done for the year. He's been placed on IR. And now you're looking at a youngster like Jonnu Smith to come in and make some plays. And, you're right. This receiving corps has stepped up a little bit. They've made some plays. Again, the guy that I feel they need to really target more is Adam Humphries. This guy is a terrific slot receiver. He's got great quickness. He's got great short area speed. He's a guy that's a matchup nightmare for safeties and linebackers. He's the guy I really want to see step up more. But this offense, and you say you feel like the receivers should get more recognition, perhaps. But this offense, especially now that it's December, it's about the offensive line and Derrick Henry running the football, because Derrick Henry's running is going to set up Ryan Tannehill for play-action passing. It's going to set up the receivers to get open more, face more one-on-one coverage where they can get open, because teams feel they need to load the box to stop Derrick Henry. That's where the running game will help the passing game in terms of complementary football. That do it for you?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for the call. All right, he's been red hot since taking over as starting quarterback for the Tennessee Titans. 5-1 as a starter. Ryan Tannehill speaking with the media earlier today.
Streak 5 of the last 6. How does that maybe stand out in your career, pro, college, etc.?
Yeah, it's been a good streak for us. I think, like I said a couple times, we're on the right path. Just have to, keep taking it one game at a time and improving every day at practice and get ready for the next one.
You hear different athletes say that they're in the zone. You're playing really well. Would you say that you're kind of in a zone right now?
Yeah, I think, like I said, we're playing well. We're doing some good things. Have a lot to improve on still. A lot of things that we have to clean up from the last game, and looking forward to this week so we can do that.
Anything in particular with maybe some of the fumbles and the turnovers, like you were mentioning, cleaning those things up? Anything you can do to help that?
Yeah, that's why we come out here every day in practice, is work on the things, the little things, the details of ball security, of being high and tight with the ball when you're running with it in the pocket, 2 hands on the ball, tight to the body. It's definitely something we'll work this week.
Are you conscious at all your yards per attempt is very high? How much is maybe Derek drawing people towards the line, helping create the space that's available for those kind of passes?
Yeah, it's huge. I think it's no secret that we're handing the ball to Derek a lot right now. He's gaining a lot of yards, and then off of that comes some play actions and shots down the field. So, I don't think that's groundbreaking news to anybody. Anybody who watches the tape can see that. And it puts defenses in tough situations. You have to contend with Derek, being able to make the tough yards inside, breaking long runs, and then we have the speed and the talent outside to get behind defenses and good run after the catch playmaking, building it as well.
You kind of knew about Derek from afar, I guess, before this year. What have you kind of learned about him? What stood out about him as you're now his teammate?
I think, obviously I knew about Derek since he was at Alabama and coming up here this year, just seeing it in person, I think he's faster than I thought he was. You see his size, that's the first thing you notice is not too many backs his size, playing in the NFL. And then you pair that with his open field abilities, his speed that he can finish off those long runs with. I think was what makes him extremely rare.
How much does it help a guy like Khalif going forward to have made a play like he did Sunday afternoon?
No, it's huge. I'm so happy for Khalif. He's a guy that's worked extremely hard since the spring. Every day out here, he gives his heart and soul out here, lays on the line every single day. So to see him get some opportunities and make some big plays for us, get his first touchdown, get in the end zone in a huge situation for us. It was very exciting for me to see, and I have a ton of faith that he's going to keep getting better.
You mentioned the yards per attempt, but another figure that's real high for you is your completion percentage. Don't always necessarily see yards per attempt and completion percentage both high. What maybe does that say about how the way you're playing and the way the offense is going, do you think?
I just think it speaks to the guys around me. They're playing well. Offensive line, give me time. Guys are catching the ball and getting open downfield. I think it all kind of works together, putting the ball in a catchable spot and then guys making a play on it. So have a lot of confidence that if I throw a ball that our guys are going to go get it right now. And we just need to keep on that track and building that confidence here out on the practice field and carrying it over to games.
You feel like you've done a good job of letting receivers run too after the catch. Looks like you guys are getting some pretty good yak.
Yeah, like I said, we have some playmakers that are dangerous once they have the ball in their hands. Some big guys, some fast guys, and if put the ball in a good location, then they're able to take it and run with it. So it's something that we've done a little bit of and want to keep doing.
How's A.J. Brown developed just over the course of the season? He had the big first game, and he's had some big moments. How's he developing his total game?
He's definitely developing. You see a young guy come in, obviously talented from the jump, right? You see his talent first day out here, really being able to make plays, big, strong, physical, great hands. But I think as the course of the season's gone on, we've seen his yak really pick up. I think his confidence as a playmaker is growing, and he's becoming more and more part of this offense. So love what we're seeing from AJ. Just have to keep him going.
Oakland's defense has struggled the last couple of weeks, but is there a common theme when you watch film on them as to why they're struggling so much?
I don't know. I think you look back at how they're playing at home. They're playing really well at home. Obviously couple tough road games that they've had the past couple of weeks, but it's a tough defense. They play fast, they play strong, want to penetrate up front. Big guys on the edges, long guys that play extremely hard, and they try to get after the passer. So definitely going to have to contend with them all day.
You talked about these sports playing well in December. You haven't been on a lot of playoff teams in your career. Just for you personally, how fun is it to look forward to what's coming up here for you?
Well, it's huge. It's a big stretch for us here. Last 4 in December. We got the first one last week, and look forward to taking advantage of our second opportunity.
You did Gruden's quarterback camp show for ESPN back when you were a draft prospect. What do you remember from that, and is it going to be weird maybe facing off against him this week?
No, I don't think it'll be weird, but yeah, it was a fun experience, going up to Tampa, and I think it was in like the back of a shopping mall, this nondescript little office. I think there's actually a couple offices connected inside. Loads of tape along the whole wall, has his projector set up and everything. So yeah, it was a great experience. Definitely have fond memories of it.
Kevin mentioned Sunday that this is the time of the year where the team makes the transition from good to great. How much did you guys believe in that when things didn't look so well early?
I think that was a message coming back in the spring, and obviously we've had some bumps in the road, but we've tried to stay on the path. It's not an overnight thing that happens. Sometimes you have to kind of go through the fire to find out what you're made of, and I think over some tough games this season, we've kind of seen what our guys are made of. That we have the fortitude to respond to adversity, the belief in each other that no matter what the scoreboard says or what point in the game it is, that someone's going to make a play. We're going to find a way to win this game. And like I said, we need to play a lot cleaner, especially offensively. But when you find a way to come back and win games, you're in tough situations and guys respond. It gives you a lot of confidence that no matter what happens, you can find a way to win a game.
Is there any human nature moments, quiet moments where you find yourself thinking about the future, or maybe have to stop yourself from thinking about the future?
Not really, man. It's for me, it's a head down process of take advantage of the week. I've seen how this thing goes, and the waves and the ins and outs of the season. So if you start taking a step back at this point, then you're doing a disservice to your teammates and to yourself of opportunities you could take advantage of this week. So really just trying to lock in on the Oakland Raiders and do everything I can to prepare for them.
Anything to the West Coast travel, just the time change and the preparation, anything different for you as a player when you head over west?
I don't think so. It's only a 2-hour time change, so it's nothing too crazy. Shorter flight than when I was in Miami. So, it'll be probably, I guess, our longest trip of the season, but I don't think we're not really even talking about it too much. It's just part of the business, and we'll get ready to go.
You played there once in your career?
I haven't played in Oakland. The only stadium I don't think I've been to besides the new Levi Stadium. Played in Candlestick, but yeah, I'm excited to go out and experience this stadium, play in it.
Last week you mentioned how you kind of streamlined your film watching process. Did that over-analysis kind of cause paralysis, like make you a little more hesitant, like question things a little bit more and not be as decisive as a passer before?
I don't know. I think you can put too much in your head and just kind of clutter your thinking. I don't know if it's paralysis or anything like that, but it's if you think too much, then you're going to be playing slower. You want to react, see what you see it clearly, and be able to react and make the right decision. So that's what I'm looking to do.
Do you have to do any? I mean, when you were Marlins were still playing, you're playing on a field that I know the dirt's gone, but do you have to change anything?
So they were gone by the time I got to Miami. Yeah, I got in Miami in 12, and they had already built a new stadium. I think just built a new stadium the year before. But yeah, I think we've seen some guys slip on tape on this field. It's something that we're going to have to prepare for and go out pregame, get a good feel for the surface, and wear the appropriate footwear for sure.
Ryan Tannehill, the Titans starting quarterback, 5-1 as a starter. Big game this Sunday out west in Oakland against the Raiders at the Oakland Alameda Coliseum. Don't forget, bottom of the hour, we'll talk Titans and Preds with the Athletics' John Glennon. Right now, we're going to take our first break. When we come back, we're going to hear from the head Titan in charge, head coach Mike Vrabel. Stay with us.